Hi everybody and welcome to your Autumn Equinox Pick a Card reading. I'll put timestamps down below for each pile, but if you'd like to hear the introduction, little astrology that's going along with this, please stay tuned or just pause and take a minute to meditate on which pile may resonate for you. Pile 1, we have the Obsidian as well as the Tiwaz rune. And pile 2, we have the Clear Quartz point and the Hagalaz rune. All right. I'll see you in your selected pile or stay tuned for some information. So, of course, we celebrate the autumn equinox as the time when the sun moves into Libra in tropical timing. However, in sidereal astrology, you'll still see that the sun is at 6 degrees Virgo on this day. It's also part of a grand trine in Earth. Pluto in Capricorn as well as Uranus conjunct the moon in Taurus are completing that trine. It's a very supportive aspect. Earth being material, health. Could be a good time for making money, making changes in your health or healing, growing your wealth, and your business expansion. So there's a lot of positive change that can happen as we change seasons. But all around the world, we have 12 hours of equal day and night. So it's a recalibration, a rebalancing, hence the sign of Libra that's beginning in tropical timing. So let's start with a little information about the Wicca holiday that is the autumn equinox. It's named after the Welsh god Mabon. It's the time of both day and night are of equal length, and this is the last day the horned god or the oak king will spend upon earth before descending into the underworld. The dark lord or of the waning sun, the holly king, is about to take over. So it's the harvest season. We just had the harvest full moon September 17th. And so Modron, meaning divine mother, is the triple goddess, maiden mother, and crone, usually depicted as all three sitting upon a throne, who gave birth to the god Mabon, which means son of the mother, is the healer, god of the underworld and protector of earth, also depicted as the green man. The triple goddess, mother of the harvest, the goddess still in her mother's phase, is still giving birth to earthly fruits. And we just so happen to have this earth grand trine going on during this equinox. So it also talks about descent into the underworld as we approach the Scorpio season. This aligns with the myth of Persephone, how she descended with Pluto to the underworld, and her mother was mourning her absence, which is why all the flowers stop growing and we get winter. So Mabon is the second of the harvest festivals. Is the time to celebrate the benefits of the summer just gone and congratulate ourselves for the work put in during the year. We took a look into ourselves and our own balance, realign ourselves, look at your life, see what is missing or needed, consider how to achieve this change, and take the first positive steps. Meditate at your altar on questions you may have. This is a month of the vine, when fruits are ripe and ready to be picked. Give thanks for the bountiful spring and summer, but be aware that the earth is becoming barren and the cold is coming. Gather fruits and nuts, adorn your altar with them to give thanks to the gods and goddess for their gifts. We also ask the Holly King to be kind and gentle with us through the long, cold winter months. All right, so now I'm going to introduce the piles with the runes that I randomly drew. So beginning with pile 1, Tiwaz, representative of god Tyr, Tyr, the god of victory. It means victorious victim and enjoying justice. So the meanings are that Tyr is the sky god who is specifically associated with justice as described by war and judicial combat. Sounds like a king of swords or that very Libra energy. He is the self-sacrificing sovereign who rules cosmic order, precise and careful. The rune Tyr is also identified with the tree of Mars, which separates earth and heaven. And let's see, the star at the midpoint of the heavens, and concludes that it marks the point where the symbol of the world axis, whose equal arms could be considered to resemble the rune, meet the sky. So it seems like a tree, supporting the heavens and the earth and connecting them as an axis, which is strange because this is the exact day where the earth's axis is tilted such that the sun aligns with the equator, giving us the equal day and night. So the god whom the Latin writers identify with the Roman Mars is Tyr, And his connection with the tree supports the theory that he was the original sky god and lord of the world tree. Note that the Tyr rune is also part of the astrological symbol for Mars. Ah, yeah, because it's an arrow, the circle with the arrow, and I just so happen to have that here. So you could have strong masculine energy, or Aries, or Scorpio, which has the ancient ruler of Mars also. So in a reading, this rune can indicate a legal problem, a situation in which one must fight for one's rights, in which one must seek justice. The querent needs to pay stern attention to duty and serve a higher truth through self-sacrifice if necessary. The rune can provide moral strength and will to succeed. The rune can be used to obtain victory in any matter in which there is competition. It indicates strength of will, determination to win, and the possibility of conflict. It means victory in legal, political, or physical combat or disputation, justice and victory won by self-sacrifice. It's the rune of the spiritual warrior, governing conflict and confrontation and stimulating the courage and energy needed to come through difficult situations. It is most useful in legal matters when combined with the bind rune Raidho, which is for traveling. In a negative aspect, it could indicate rigidity, prejudice, and loss of perspective. Tiwaz can be extremely useful in magical work in the personal and social realms. It is helpful in focusing one's energy and directing it single-mindedly to achieve a given purpose, especially one involving self-discipline. It can be used to bolster courage and determination in difficult situations. It is a rune of victory, especially in situations involving law. But since Tyr is a god of absolute justice, if you invoke him, be sure that you are right, for he will do justice, not necessarily see that you win. If you need mercy, you would do better to call on Thor or Forseti, who resolves conflicts. Given this understanding, inscribe the rune on legal papers. If you are feeling combative when you are called for jury duty, visualize a spear drawing the rune across the courtroom. Wouldn't it be interesting to see a judicial system based on a justice instead of compromise? Or perhaps Tiwaz and Thorisaz. Tiwaz can be drawn on your right hand and Thorisaz on your left for balanced protection. Okay, so boundaries, will, justice, victory, change. A lot of you might have Mars transiting a significant natal planet or cluster of planets. I think it's going through Gemini right now in sidereal, so check your chart. All right, moving on to the description of pile 2 and Hagalaz. So this rune means hail. Hail's ice seeds hither. Harm is melted into healing. So it could be a symbol as a snowflake as well. It is the cosmic egg, the seed of Ymir, the stuff from which the world was made. It is from it's fire and ice, cosmic harmony, the rune mother that contains all other forms, evolution within a fixed framework. It's transformative. So you think of water moving to a state of frozen or being liquefied, so decalcified or turning into fluid. I think of like the when the pineal gland is activated, or the third eye, that's the 33rd vertebrae. When that's thawed out, then everything seems to flow better. So we have the the crystalline structure of the hailstone, pointing out it's a six-sided matrix, is the same as that of a perfect quartz crystal, and that's interesting. I paired this with it. Six-sided quartz. So it's a seed pattern of shaping, a pattern with great power for the focusing and control of energy. Okay, the first 3 runes are concerned with the underworld. Hagalaz in particular representing the goddess Hela and the realm that bears her name. In this interpretation, Hela is related to Holly or Holda, the later Germanic mother of winter, who shakes out the snowflakes from her feather bed. Now, the name Holly, Holle, it's similar to the Holly King, which is taking over on the Equinox, and the descent into the underworld they speak of, just like the myth of Persephone. As a rune of the Norns, the northern goddess's equivalent of the three fates, Hagalaz would belong to Urd, the past. Aswin also connects the word with Hachel, the High Germanic word for witch, and the Old Dutch Hagtessa. The powers of the hag include weatherworking, and witches were believed to cause hailstorms. The contradictions inherent in Hagalaz are fascinating. Farmers in particular dread the hailstorm, which can flatten crops, yet hail is spoken of as a seed, which assumes greater significance when one remembers that, according to Norse traditions, the world was originally solid ice, out of which the gods and the rest of creation emerged. Okay. So the more mystical interpretation of the rune, therefore, seems to stress potentiality and birth. In this connection, the fact that this is the 9th rune of the Elder Firthark is interesting, since 9 is the number of the waves of the sea, and the number of nights Odin hung in the tree in order to rebirth himself. When used in magic, Hagalaz causes disruption in preparation for change or blight and destruction, but it's in its younger form identified as Heil, Heil, rather than Hail. It is also an powerful protection. It's a rune of disaster unless it appears in conjunction with Jera, when its meaning is more likely to be that of a seed. Hagalaz indicates disruptive forces of nature or predicts a setback due to events beyond your control. The querent needs to understand what is happening in order to take appropriate action and mitigate the consequences. Willis feels that the appearance of this rune means that one should live within the limitations of nature and accept events beyond human control, such as hailstorms. In a reading, it may mean a disruptive event or a gamble whose results will depend on accompanying runes. In a reading, the rune often signals, watch out, change is coming. However, despite its potential for chaos, Hagalaz has considerable possibilities for new beginnings. It can be something that may change from harmful to helpful, given time or a change in perceptions. The beginning of the creative effort, something that can be developed. The ice seed is a matrix of transformation. All right, so after Libra comes Scorpio, and that's the 8th house of death, rebirth, and transformation. So we could be talking about October, November time frame, depending on what system you're looking at. All right, timestamps are down below. I'll see you in your selected pile. Hi, pile number 1. You chose Tiwaz and Obsidian. If you'd like a description of the Tiwaz rune, check the description for a timestamp. It may apply to this reading. We'll see how it plays out. All right, let's start with your tarot cards. We have the High Priestess, number 2. The King of Air, King of Swords. Oh, in the intro, Tiwaz was talking about how Tyr was the original king of the air. So, yeah, definitely go back and listen to that description. The 4 of Wands. And the 3 of Cups. Beautiful. Ooh. And interesting that I chose this deck because the second rune, Hagalaz, is a reference to the goddess, Maiden Mother in Chrome, which is depicted here in this symbolism. So if you're drawn to pile 2, check it out. There might be a message for you there as well. But this is also Pisces. We just had that Pisces full moon. There was an illumination here, a clarification, something surrounding your home life, your security, your partnership. But there's something to celebrate. Some of you could be buying a new home, purchasing land, celebrating a wedding, but there is a balanced male and female energy here. There's balance too in the 4 of Wands. There's typically, 4 poles sticking out of the ground, the 1111 gateway, and the 3 of Cups. So we have, again, Mother, Maiden, Crone, and male, female offspring, father, mother, child. Everything, and this grand trine in earth too, with the 4 of Wands as a representative of manifestation as well. As above, so below. It connects the sky and the earth. Even the description of Tiwaz is the Mars tree, which connects heaven and earth. So being very clear-sighted, balanced, focused on only what you want to bring in and not attracting things you don't want in your life. So it looks like there was a major shift in your mindset that's allowing you to bring in these more beautiful blessings. There was a determination here with the Mars energy of Tyr, determination for victory with the King of Swords, seeking justice, seeking the truth, which is the High Priestess. She is the keeper of secrets. Something was revealed about you or somebody else. And it doesn't always have to be for the negative. You could have just had this epiphany that this person is your soulmate, that you are meant to be with them and build with them. And, all of your cups are full. There's something worth celebrating every day with them. And this obsidian is a strong protective. So you might have been working with Archangel Michael for just protection against injustice, or people that were seeking to pull you off balance or steer you away from manifesting this or attaining this mindset. So there might have been some people that you had to leave behind that were interrupting your energy. Maybe you didn't realize it, you couldn't see it at first, but something, the change in perspective, like Odin hanging from the tree that this rune talked about too, is seeing things differently now that you're not in the middle of it. When you step back and you can look from the outside in, things look a lot different. It's like when you're in a relationship and people are like, well, what do you see in that guy? How do you not see that this is, or girl, that this person's mistreating you? But you don't see it. Love is blind, or you can't see the forest for the trees. But now there's something that has zoomed out. You've gotten the big picture. You've gotten to see nothing is hidden anymore. So there's no way anybody can lie to you. You can read them like a book. Some of you could also be celebrating a career change or success in launching a business or a hobby, spending more time creating. All right, let's see what your oracle cards can add to this reading. First year astrology, Scorpio. Yeah, death and rebirth, intensity, purging, renewing. We do have Pluto and Capricorn as part of this grand Earth trine. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, the underworld, as we discussed about the rune as well. Or actually, that's the second rune, Hagalaz. Still, this is transformation, change. Things are, like I said, you've changed your perspective, which has changed your physical reality. Sextile, combination of tension and flow, potential in a rewarding situation. So it feels like a wavelength, a frequency change. There were, you had to oscillate between the bad times, the good times, the bad times. So that's what facilitates the most growth, though, like this alternating current of a battery. And actually, the October 2nd new moon, and here we have number 2, if you look at the chart for that, it doesn't matter what system, that it's going to form a perfect six-sided hexagon in the astrological chart. But I'll explore that more when I do the reading for October 2nd. But let's move on. We have water. All right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. We do have the Three of Cups here, the High Priestess, and Scorpio, all very watery, nurturing, healing, and cleansing. But yeah, this deep feeling, this deep knowing that it seems stable from here on out. A lot of you could be going through or have recently completed like a purge. I mentioned health with the Sun in Virgo. We could be hydrating more, flushing out more poisons, which is Scorpio, eliminating toxic waste from our body, blockages that were keeping this manifestation away. So water could be an important part of your healing process. And then we have introspection. That has to do with, water as well, and Scorpio, diving deep. I think a lot of you recently completed a session of introspection, and that's how you became aware of the necessary changes. That's how you were able to achieve this clarity, maybe by eliminating the toxins. You were able to hear your spirit team better. And then we have synchronicity with the butterfly also representing a change, a metamorphosis. You could be, again, seeing increasing incidences of symbols synchronistically appearing in your life to remind you you're on the right path. We have the heart, 31. Maybe that's where the blockage was. Could also be speaking of Cancer, with the water sign there, the home, and the 4th house here with the 4 of Wands. So home is where the heart is, the home, the center, the throne. It is possible from an imaginal point of view to sense the heart as a place. Either we are there within the realm of expansion and compassion, or we have drifted somewhere else. There is no in between. It is common for us to leave this archetypal center without realizing it, as the world, with its seductive twists and turns, offers us frequent departure. We may even become a stranger to the landscape of the heart, leaving it vacant for long stretches of time. The seat of the heart is often reclaimed by nature, music, dance, and the presence of children or animals. This card encourages us to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots and enter the wild and sacred center of the self. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Soak in every detail you can and feel the heart awaken. Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it's a pool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there and draw what you see. So the lotus, obviously the myth there being it grows from the depths of the dark waters and reaches the surface and blooms. It's a complete transformation that has to take place in the dark, in the darkest times. Some of you are coming out of this dark night of the soul, and now you're starting to understand and see exactly why it all had to happen the way it happened. This is a celebration of you, if not other humans in your life, your spirit team congratulating you on this clarity of realizing that things were stuck in your heart. Your heart was closed off. The lotus, as it blooms, it expands. Much like the butterfly spreads its wings, it's opening up. So it can do so much more when it's open. All right, let's see what your alchemy card, rotation, 69. Okay, that's also the symbol for Cancer. So some of you may have that prominent in your chart since it's already come up a few times. Let's take a look at the book. Perfect. The wheel, monotony, cycles. So we are celebrating a turning of the wheel, a new season on the 22nd. Rotatio is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that work performed again and again and again produces results. It reminds us our efforts are cumulative, not singular. Nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom, although changed, I arise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. If you've ever been repeating actions and getting the same results, this card is an opportunity to see the pattern and make a new choice, spin the wheel in a new direction. So that's it. Also with this arrow here, it makes me think of, Sagittarius, shooting your bow, changing direction. But I think that's the insight you had. There were some changes in the direction that you saw your life heading. If you hadn't made those changes, then you would never have transformed. It's almost like you forced yourself to transform because you saw where you were going. And you were tired of being caught in the same cycles and the same repeating patterns and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity, right? So you put an end to that. Congratulations. Maybe that's the celebration too. That you basically graduated. And then we have the mouse, number 20, for the animal card. So if some of you are still kind of going through this process, I think like quiet as a mouse is coming to mind. Keeping things hush-hush, quiet, go about your business. The less people notice, the better. And they'll leave you alone. They won't interfere with your process. And then magically you'll appear one day, you'll step out and be unrecognizable. You'll be completely upgraded. All right. So the description here, though, is scrutiny. If I could see the world through your tiny eyes, maybe then I would know how to scrutinize. Every detail carries weight and, true to its purpose, has its perfect puzzle place to stop the three-ring circus. Okay, so yeah, finding a clue to put an end to this cycle of repetition. It's like you finally got, you were perceptive enough to scrutinize yourself, what was missing, what was blocked. Like there was a powerful motivator here within to figure out why things weren't flowing, why things weren't changing, because you weren't changing. You were doing the same thing over and over again. So you had to scrutinize yourself, your behavior, your patterns, belief structures, whatever it was that was causing this block. If your personal medicine is mouse, you may be fearful of life but very well organized with a compartment for everything. You should try to see a larger picture than the one staring you in the face. And I mentioned with the King of Swords there, getting a higher perspective, seeing the larger picture. Like you zoomed out and you noticed, people around you or yourself, something wasn't jiving with you anymore. If mouse is in your card spread, its medicine is telling you to scrutinize, look at yourself and others carefully. Maybe that big hunk of cheese is sitting on a trigger that will spring a deadly trap. And that's kind of like the spider wrapping you up in its web, too. Maybe the cat is in a pantry waiting for you. Maybe someone to whom you have delegated authority, such as a doctor, a lawyer, or even a plumber, is not doing the job faithfully. And this rune is about legal justice, too. So maybe scrutinize those who come to you professing to help you. They may not actually have your best interest, or may not be qualified to represent you. The message is to see what is right before your eyes and take action accordingly. So, I think mice are highly perceptive too. They have to be on alert all the time, like the high priestess. It's like constantly scanning, scrutinizing, just checking for danger, But you have this very strong Cancer energy with you too, with this water energy in Scorpio, to be able to feel and see below the surface. And like I said, people can't lie to you. You might have strong Scorpio in your chart too, because they're the best liars and the best lie detectors. All right, so let's see what other message we can get. Okay, we'll wrap this reading up. It's a love charm there. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So that wheel turning, the rotation could be also like the wheel of fortune. And here we have the goddess, healing feminine energy. The water symbol came up as well as the high priestess. Here we have the same triple goddess symbol there. All right, so yeah, there's something you're very in tune with. You're tuned into the frequency, the rhythm of the tides, the moon, everything, feeling grounded. Just, you've got your finger on the pulse. So don't lose that. Don't get blocked up or tangled up in somebody else's web drama nonsense again. Scrutinize and regulate who you allow in your energy. You've worked really hard to get to this point, to get past those blocks, and you just don't want something damming up your energy again, where it's interfering with your wishes coming true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Like I said, once this block was removed, it's like everything's going to come like a dam breaking, the flood just coming in. Fulfillment. That's the Three of Cups is celebration. The Four of Wands, manifestation and wish fulfillment. So congratulations, Pile 1, on all your hard work. And if you're called to check out Pile 2, you can stay tuned. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Take care. Have a wonderful equinox. Bye. Hello, Pile number 2. You chose the Clear Quartz Point and the Hagalaz rune. There's a link in the description for a description of this rune. But in short, it means hail, like the weather. So the translation is harm dissolving into healing. So hail can be a damaging, fierce storm that comes through your life, but it's only meant to cleanse and repair. In the end, when the ice melts, it can water the earth, leading to growth. So let's start with your tarot cards. We have the Six of Wands, the Six of Fire, and the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Coins. Okay. Well, immediately these two cards of strife or difficulty are bookended with these two fantastic cards of victory. You might be called to Pile 1 for Tyr, the rune of victory. but overcoming difficulty. The card before that was the Five of Wands, so there was a struggle. The Three of Air, some heartbreak. The Eight of Swords, feeling trapped in your mind or discouraged, like you're never going to overcome an obstacle or a situation. Or, perhaps there was a harmful situation or a tower moment that swept through your life, but this is telling you that you will rise above. You will get and move beyond this, and in the end, a much better version of yourself is coming out the other side, a healed version. I mentioned in the intro also that we have a grand trine in Earth taking place during this equinox, and here we have Mercury in Virgo with the Ten of Coins. So there's some kind of healing absolutely available. There could be with this, the Hagalaz rune is associated with witches and healing as well. So you could be getting advice from an older person, someone who's more experienced or qualified in a certain particular subject matter. You could have a wise mentor that's going to help you see beyond this current situation if you're feeling very much trapped in your mind or your broken heart. Someone's going to help you see beyond that and feel like it's actually possible to achieve. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards can add to this message. First, we have for astrology, Yang, proactivity, expression, doing and moving forward. So fire and air, Mars energy, Virgo. We have the sun in Virgo for this equinox. Integrity, reverence, and service. The sixth house of health and healing. And also Capricorn. All right, so that grand trine in Earth, I think there's a big motivator here. Maybe nothing motivates like pain, let me tell you, to instigate change in your life. Some of us have to hit that rock bottom. Some of us have to feel as bad as we've ever felt. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, either we feel, inappropriate guilt, like we deserve to suffer, or learn the hard way, subconsciously, of course. We don't wish these things on ourselves, but that could have been the block to this Ten of Coins all along. We have a very supportive Earth trine here that wants to help you remove these swords, these blockages from your life so you can ascend, so you can rise above any kind of damage from the past. It's like it's time to take action now. Or you can stay wallowing in this low energy that's not going to serve you, and then you won't be able to be of service to others. So we have intuition. We have the High Priestess card show up in pile 1 too. And gratitude. Okay, look at the similarities. So there's still the rainbows, the symbol of hope and of the sun coming out after a storm. Like the description of Hagalaz in the beginning, the hailstorm. We have to be thankful for that destructive force in our life. It may have removed us from a fate, a terrible fate that would have been more heartbreaking to us than this difficult change that might have been thrust upon us. Perhaps it's a diagnosis from a doctor, and that's what motivates you to change, or, a loss of a loved one because they were a smoker their whole life, and now you've decided to give it up because you don't want to, you see what pain it can cause. Just as examples, I'm not saying any of this is happening to you, but it's definitely a good thing to remember, to be thankful for these wake-up calls. And then we have the stone. All right. Not everything is set in stone. Things are malleable. They're changeable, even though this is of the earth element that we're talking about here. This is the first step in building a stronger foundation, is to clear it away with a hailstorm. All right, so the title of this card is The Eternal, the Anchor, the Rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go, therefore it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect to the stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So some of you might benefit from earthing exercises during the equinox to rebalance your energy, balance your hormones, your emotions. And so find your center there. You could be developing yourself as a stone for others to rely on. With the 10 of Earth there, it looks like a successful foundation or business is growing into generational wealth. There's something so firm about you that people are drawn to it. Again, you're like their safe space or their warm space, but they benefit from your presence. They're very grateful for you, and you're very generous with your energy, your time, and your resources. So we have all right, let's move on to your alchemy card. Aries, Mars. All right, so if you were drawn to pile 1, that is the god Tyr, and that Mars energy is part of his symbol here. The action, the movement forward. We also had Yang, fire. So Sagittarius could be strong in your chart as well, Leo or Aries. There's a motivation. Like I said, pain is a powerful motivator to change directions, to break free of any self-imposed doubt or prison of the mind. Okay. And Mars is currently in Gemini, so you might have planets there that are being activated by this injection of energy, will, and power. So the title is Will, Vigor, and Activism. With Mars by our side, we can assert ourselves in the world. Our presence is felt and our voice is heard. Like a flame, Mars rises upward and helps us stand strong for what we believe in. Social justice movements are great examples of Mars energy in action. With clarity and purpose, Mars leads us to peaceful change, the upholding of human rights, and representing the unrepresented. When Mars appears in a reading, there is strength and vigor required to face the challenges ahead. It may take the form of speaking your truth, getting yourself out of a harmful relationship or job, or getting involved in activist work. As alchemists, we must be very precise with our dosage of Mars. As an uncontrolled amount, it leads to outbursts and violence. Mars is most potent when paired with nonviolence. Study the history of peaceful protests. The metal of Mars is iron. To rule with an iron fist illustrates their pairing. If these two cards appear together, you may be doing just that. I don't see any other symbolism of iron here. Mars may express itself through nightmares or distraught dreams. Make sure to utilize creativity when this planet is at work. Draw and dream journal as much as possible. Okay, yeah, so harnessing the power of this lightning coursing through you. The third house of Gemini is ideas, information, inspiration, intuition, these creative things coming to you. Grab hold of them, write them down, take action on them. Maybe you already have a list of things, of great ideas or projects you wanted to start. It's telling you this is the perfect time, the 22nd. It's a new season, new timeline. Okay. And we have the blank card for your animal card. These are meant so you can design your own cards, but I usually remove them from the deck, and I didn't this time. So this is a blank slate, so I can also try and get you another card here. But yeah, the future is not written. I talked about, saving yourself from a worse fate by improving. And then we have the fox that flipped over, number 25. And the spider's underneath, 43. And the spider showed up in pile 1 as well for on a different card, if you need to hear that message. Okay, the title of this card is Camouflage. Fox, where are you? Under the ferns, becoming the forest so I can learn? Are you watching, invisible to me, trying to teach me to become a tree? So Wily Fox has many allies in the woodlands, including the foliage, which offers protection and much medicine. Fox is seemingly able to vanish amidst the lush undergrowth of the forest. This flora is Fox's ally. The ability to meld into one's surroundings and be unnoticed is a powerful gift when one is observing the activities of others. Another natural gift of Fox is the ability to adapt to winter by changing color like a chameleon, and we're coming into the winter season. We're preparing to change. Its rich white winter coat allows Fox to blend into the snow when the leaves no longer linger. Fox medicine involves adaptability, cunning, no longer lingering, observation, integration, and swiftness of thought and action. So swift thought and action is that yang force. Mercury rules Gemini, where Mars is transiting now. And Mercury is the Hermes, the messenger god, the swift one, right? And let's see. These traits may also include quick decisiveness and sure-footedness in the physical world. Well, that's what the stone is, stepping stones on the earth trine between Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I feel like a lot of you are getting this security coming in. Like it felt hopeless, like nothing, you're never going to get your payout. And then it's like, boom, here's your foundation. All right. Fox is always concerned with the safety of family members is an excellent talisman for those traveling far afield. So protecting the family, that's what the wealth is there for, the 10 of coins. If Fox has chosen to share its medicine with you, it's a sign that you are to become like the wind, which is unseen yet able to weave into and through any location or situation. You would be wise to observe the acts of others rather than their words at this time. Use your cunning nature in a positive way. Keep silent about who and what and why you are observing. In learning the art of camouflage, you need to test your abilities to pull this off. So take action, but tell no one. And then just, it's like come from behind win. The guy running the marathon that nobody paid attention to the whole race suddenly surges forward and takes the victory. That's you. Weaving in and out of traffic, metaphorically. Not being tangled in any of the BS. You're unmovable. You're like the stone. You aren't easily moved unless you're the one doing the moving. Okay. We have healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul with Virgo there, sure. And then we have love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. So some of you may already have that person in your life who's supportive. Maybe they could be your stone or vice versa. Let's see, I had a card fall down. Oh, 2 cards. Protection, strong protective magic for the family and the home. So foxes, we mentioned, were the protectors as well. And respectfully work with the fairies and the elements to achieve your goals. Okay. Oh, well, these two came over too. The Philosopher's Stone, it's the same image of the stone there. Peaceful, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. You're becoming a lightning rod this month. Maybe you're using those swords to conduct electricity towards you to harness. You're just collecting this month. You're not producing, you're absorbing. There's a strong feminine receptivity here with all the earth energy and the water. Just blessings raining down on you. Okay. I think that's all I have for you today, pile 2. Let me see. Yeah, didn't the Hagalaz rune actually talk about turning hurt into healing? And here we have healing. So turning that 3 of Swords, pain, into the 10 of coins and the 6 of Wands. So there's a huge victory for you this season. Leading into the winter, like you're going to be, the squirrel burying his nuts. You're saving. You're prepared. Maybe that's what you need to be silent about. And Guardian Angel, you're not alone. So there's another trine there. The Earth trine, more eyes, another eye, third eye, indigo. Could be seeing some feathers. The intuition with the third eye. So you have, let's see, then we have the spirit fox. All right, so foxes are a thing for you this month. You could be looking like a fox, and underneath we have lady. So foxy lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards, sure. She has a wolf with her here in this picture, but you could have a dog, be getting a dog. All right. Well, it looks pretty prosperous. Just move silently in gratitude. You're on your way out of whatever this entrapment was, this destruction. The worst is behind you. Okay, and yeah, remember, you're not alone. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Have a blessed autumn equinox, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.